Good afternoon. Welcome. Let me know if you are here. It says yes, now it says I'm live and recording. Okay. Welcome. Happy Monday. It is Monday, January 23rd, 2023. Oh, I forgot to put that on I was still in 2022 here. It's 2023. Okay. Let's show you my face here. Oh, I will wait for just a couple minutes to see if anybody is here live, and then I will get started because you can always catch the replay. So if you are here, let's see, I'm kind of off to the side here. I want to thank you for taking time out to spend some little bit of time with me today. And okay, let's get that news out of the way. All right. It's only like a minute. Oh, Gloria's here. Yay, you're watching. Thank you. Okay, I am going to go ahead and get started. If you saw the preview, which I think shows up in Facebook after I put my description in, you see that I'm making a gatefold card today. So let's flip down to my desktop, because as I'm seeing myself on the screen, it doesn't look like my mouth is matching the words that are coming out. So I don't know if there's a slowdown somewhere. It says I have a good connection, so that's what I'm going to go with. Yes. I am going to feature a stamp set out of this mini catalog, the January to April mini catalog. And it's this cute as a button best day birthday set. I just happened to grab this. I probably got it on a whim because I thought it would be cute for my little great grand, and also that it's showing these small blending brushes, which are new. I'm not going to use one today, but I will show it so you see what they're like and how you have a small footprint to add to your project compared to the larger blending brushes that we've had for quite a while. So this is the cute stamp set, and it's only $23. It's just so cute. So that's that. There's so much fun stuff in here. When I first got this mini catalog, I thought, oh, there's not much I really need out of there. But I've recently changed my mind on that. So that's the mini. If you are new to my channel and you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, please reach out to me and I would be glad to get one to you. I've got this little banner to go across here. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. So I'll put that away. This is also celebration time that ends on February 23rd. Do you believe we're in the last full week of January? Oh my goodness, good grief. And things that you can earn in here for a $50 purchase, or there are a couple of things for $100. The Beautifully Happy, which I showed a few weeks ago, and I'm going to feature this Dandy Designs 12 by 12 designer series paper today. A little bit of it on that gatefold. So lots of things to offer in celebration. And this year, let me turn that off. We will only have one celebration offering, and that will be what we'd always had for many years, just January and February, during that time after the holidays when you really want to get your crafting on and stay in where it's warm if you live where it's cold like we do, and had a little unexpected snowstorm yesterday. In the last, I think, 2 years, perhaps 3, maybe it was because of COVID, I don't know. We had a celebration offering in July and August. And that became very confusing because of the overlaps of catalogs. So that is no more. We're back to just one. And with these, it's as supplies last. So as we get closer into the end of February, items will probably sell out and they do not get an opportunity to be reordered because they are limited time frame. And typically papers are the things that sell out the quickest. So I'll put that away. And so Gloria, it looks like it's just you and me, and that's okay too. So I've got my shop information up here. If you want to shop from me at patmayer.stampinup.net, I've also got that one here as well. And let's see, we're gonna skip that. Oh, got to get rid of that guy. Okay, thank you, LJ. Hold on here while I get rid of a troll that I don't want to be here. Please remove yourself. So I'm just going to move on. And I can take that off too. Okay, I'm not sure how to remove those people that I don't want here. Hi, Sue. Welcome. Thank you. All right. If you read the description, I said I was going to do a gatefold card. It's slide and lock, which is something new. I just learned about this on Friday night. I attended a virtual Stampin' Up event with another group that I'm part of. And typically when you think of a gatefold card, it is your regular 8.5 by 5.5. So it's a full sheet of paper cut in half and then folded to the center. And that will just pop open. So you need some way of closing it. And typically you might use a belly band. This is just a piece of paper I've wrapped around here. And then something on the front to hold it closed. That's one way. Another way is no belly band and adhesive along one side here. And that will hold it closed. Okay, because even with good creases of your cardstock with your bone folder, it's not going to stay closed. So the gatefold needs something to make it stay closed. So those are two of the options. The one I have today, which basically I had never heard of before, is called a slide and lock. So we're going to do a little paper engineering here, which is so easy. I will never show anything that is too hard because that's not my style of stamping. I like things that are easy but fun, and of course I always like to teach and share. So let's put that piece of paper away. I also want to show something that I don't think I've focused on before, and that's this limited edition stamp set. I received this free from one of our events, and that is on, let's see, I think I pointed this out here. That is on page 119 in the annual catalog. And if you are ever thinking of selling your stamps, or your cards, excuse me, we have an angel policy that allows you to use the Stampin' Up's copyright image, and this is the stamp set that you need to use to be able to sell your projects. But it's a great stamp set. I typically write on the back of my cards with my initials and the date that I make it, or at least send it. But there are some great projects here using this that aren't on the back of the card. So you might want to think to add this to your repertoire. I bring it out occasionally just to mention that. So the angel policy is for the copyright protection for Stampin' Up. So that's that. And one more thing to mention is we still have time for the Sunshine and Smiles Paper Pumpkin Kit that goes through the 10th of February. So I will be mentioning that each week as well. And this is also a good time to join Stampin' Up! Because there is a great join special. Said I was going to get started here, but I will take a minute to show this. And there are 3 options. They've never done this before. 2 of the options are for one of these little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines. One is in this new pretty color called Boho Blue. The other one is the original white one. And if you don't need a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in any shape or color, you can choose $175 worth of Stampin' Up! Product, best ever, for $99 plus tax. Stampin' Up! Covers the shipping. With options 1 and 2, you get to choose, it's $129 to get $175 worth of product. So that one's a little bit more because it is including the machine. So if you're interested, reach out. Great opportunity, no pressure. Just be your own best customer if you choose. All right, let's get moving. Time to stamp. I have all the information here because last week I had some questions about all of the measurements, which I did put in the Facebook group. Perhaps some people don't go to YouTube. So I've got all of the measurements here, which you can screenshot or come back and watch the replay as well. So I have an envelope, of course, with a piece of 6 by 2.5. So we'll do the envelope here shortly. A piece of 5.5 by 8.5, like I showed you with that gatefold, but I'm going to do something a little bit different with this and trim off a sliver. What I need to do here is to create a little bit bigger channel between these 2 flaps that fold over. I'll do that first in just a minute. You need 2 pieces of designer series paper that are 5 1/4 by 2, and that is coming from this $100 celebration offering called Dandy Designs Designer Series Paper. And I think I've used a little bit of this, and it's got great colors in here. So I'm not going to take the time to go through all of those, but it is a great, great thing. You get 4 each of 12 designs. So you get 48 pieces of paper. You can really do a lot with that, especially if you're a scrapbooker. So I've got this little polka dot design that's got some Granny Apple Green in it, some Fresh Freesia, and some Pool Party. Okay, I have an inside panel that is basically 5 by 3 3/4, but I have cut out with the deckled rectangles. They can be found on page 170 in the annual catalog. These are so much fun. I love that. So that'll go on the inside. I have 4 square pieces that are 2 1/4 inch square. We need 4 of those. That's what's going to create the paper engineering part. And then I have a 2.5 by 4 or I'm using the deckled edge on that for that front part that I showed you. Okay, so now it's putting it together. So I'll put those aside. And take this out of here. All right. Okay, as I said, we're going to create a channel here. I'm going to show you my prototype, and then if you stick around to the end, I have several other samples to show you that are a little bit different orientation. So this is the sample, and this slides out to be able to open the card. Okay, and I'm not going to show you the mechanism just yet till I put it together. But it's just so cool. All right, to create a little bit more of a channel between these two areas, otherwise that mechanism won't fold, or excuse me, won't slide. I need to take just a sliver, that's my word, sliver today, off of just one side. And on my trimmer, I'm going up just to the other edge of the gray channel on my trimmer. So it's not truly 1/8 of an inch. And if it doesn't look like it's quite enough, I'll take a little bit more off of the other side. But it's just a sliver. Hair, sliver, skosh, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And it wants to stay right down there in my channel, so I need to pick that out with my pokey tool here. Okay, so it's just that much. So now you can see that I've got enough of a channel through there for the sliding lock to work. Now, I will tell you that I watched several videos after I saw one on Friday night, and so I don't think I tweaked it too much, but I did watch Lisa Curcio. She is one of our multi-million-dollar sales people. She does amazing videos if you've never watched her before. And also, I saw Karen Titus, who's also a $1 million seller, and Linda Heller. So if you want to check those out, they have some good ideas as well. But I think I'm pretty much following what I'm doing so you can figure it out from here. All right, let's add some designer paper to the sides of this. And taking off that little sliver on that side is not going to make any difference at all. So let's add some adhesive here. Hey Nancy, welcome. You're never too late. Okay, I'm not sure if I did mention, if I didn't, I apologize, that when I folded this, this is scored at 2 1/8. This is scored at 2 1/8, and then I just turned it around and scored it at 2 1/8 here. You could also just fold it up to that point yourself, but you still need to trim off that little bit of that one edge. You will be amazed at how quickly this goes together. Okay, let's make sure this is lined up. And I'm going to go ahead and do the center part first, and then I will get it colored when I'm ready to put that in there. Hey Rose, welcome. Catch up. You're never too late, but you can catch up. You're just getting all of the details right now. So I'll go back over them as I put this together. Okay. I find it easier if I stamp this way, especially since I'm going on that smaller piece of paper. And I know that I know it fits because I did it on my sample. And since I'm going to be coloring with our Stampin' Blends, the alcohol markers, I'm using the Memento Black. Ah, perfect. So I'll set that aside. And now to create the mechanism. Let's see, I don't need that anymore. All right, this is the fun part. I have the 4 pieces of paper that are, what did I say, 2 1/4. And this will vary. What you use here is variable when you see the other samples that I have at the end. So this is 2 1/4. And what's going to happen, this is going to be engineered, that's my big word for the day, engineered on the back of this. So I had to make sure that this was not any bigger than the 2 1/4, but I didn't want to make it too much smaller. Okay. And here's a little thing about paper. If you've never noticed, paper has a way that it folds easier. And if you try to fold paper and it gives you some, what do I want to say, resistance, then turn it the other direction and you will get it a much easier way to fold it. Now I can put this back in the trimmer and score it, but because this is the easy way, I'm going to fold 2 of these pieces and give it a nice crease. So 2 of the 4. Then the other 2 pieces are going to create the sandwich. Okay, this is the part that gives me resistance, so I want to turn it this way and fold. I will tell you that whatever size you choose to go in this little contraption, you want to make sure that you can fold it easily or score it in half. So don't get down into 1/8 of an inch and that kind of stuff. So with 2 1/4, I know that this is folded at 1, whoops, yeah, 1 1/4. Okay? Or 2, I said 2 1/2. 2 1/2 is folded at 1 1/4. Sorry about that. Now, here is the trick, although it's really not a trick. I want to take these 2 pieces because this is what's going to go down in the hinge part. And I'm going to adhere these to one part of the sandwich, and you want to make sure that the fold is in the center. And because this is going to be slid on and off, because I'm sure whoever gets this is going to play around with it and say, how'd she do that? And I want to make sure that the opening to this faces out. So I'm going to line that up so the folded end is in the center. Whoops, it's a little crooked. Let me see if I can straighten that out. Hate when I do that. It's kind of important that it be straight. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other one. Be generous with your adhesive. Butt that up to the other one. And fold it that way. So these are like hinges. Okay? So make sure that these open out. This is what's going to allow it to slide. Now I take that other piece that is the same size and attach that here. Again, using generous amounts of your adhesive. I'm using the seal so I don't have to wait for something to dry. Okay, so now take a look at this. And this is what will allow this to slide on my card, so that you can see what I'm doing here before I add the front decorated part. This will slide over this. Let me make sure that that's glued down there. It was not. Okay. When you put it together, it's easier if you slide that on like this and bring your other part around to go like that. And then that's what creates the slider part. Then I'm going to decorate this and put it on top so that that is hidden behind. Okay, it will be hidden. Okay, so that's the toughest part. Now let's do a little bit of coloring. Try to do this a little bit quicker. I've got Fresh Freesia, Granny Apple Green, and Pool Party. And let me talk to you about Fresh Freesia. Okay, we're soon into February. So we will have February, March, and April left for any of the current in colors, and Fresh Freesia is one of those. It's actually not been my favorite until recently, but I do like to use it. It's a good color, and since it's in this designer series paper, it's a great color. So let's color in quickly. I'm not going to use these too much for shading today. And just do them for basic coloring. Let's see. Let's add some down in these little circles. This cake looks really good. And make this one a little bit different. In the sample that I showed you earlier, I had used basic white as my card base. And on this one, I'm using the Fresh Freesia as the card base. And I had another piece of paper. Well, I'm not sure I'm going to do that here anyway, so I'm just talking to myself. Sorry about that. Now let's add some Granny Apple Green. Thanks, LJ. It's not really math. LJ is our math teacher, so she loves stuff like this. So we've got that one. Let's do another Granny Apple Green. Add some green down here. And a little bit of Pool Party. since this is the one that's in my hand, let's add some Pool Party on the plate down here. So I hope you're having the start of a good week. There's another crazy snowstorm that is supposed to come here on Wednesday. Please, please, please say a prayer for me that it doesn't come. I am supposed to have cataract surgery on Wednesday morning up in Brecksville, which if you're from this area, you know it's a little bit further north where they probably get more snow. And so I'm not looking forward to that, and I just keep checking the weather over and over and over again. Let's make the birthday Granny Apple green. Now on the sample that I did, I'll show you here in a minute. I cut this little banner out. But on this sample, I don't think I will take the time to do that. This one has a little pop-up. So I cut the banner out. I just stamped it separate, cut it out, and put that on there. So I probably will do that later. And then this little cake needs some Wink of Stella, also one of my favorite things to use. If you don't have a Wink of Stella in your craft stash, you need one. It is the bomb. Okay, it really adds a lot to any card. So I just thought I would leave my cake being mostly vanilla, so there's a lot of white space here, but the Wink of Stella really adds some little bit of glisten to that. And you can also take a bone folder or something that is pretty hard, a harder pen or something, but I like to use a bone folder, and tap this and get some sparkle on your card too. And it shows some sprinkles. Because we don't carry glitter anymore. We have a lot of glittery type paper. There's one in the mini catalog, which I will have to show soon, that's lovely. All right, now I just need to attach this to my little engineered piece. Doesn't make any difference which side you use, but again, use sufficient amounts of adhesive to make this work. Tear and tape would also work as well. But I don't want to wait for something to dry and maybe move around while I finish the inside of the card. And you do want to make sure that you put it on straight, because if it's on crooked, just like anything else, it's going to be crooked. So I've got that pretty much in the middle. Since I'm using my grid paper, that really helps to keep me centered. And hold on a minute here. Okay. I just about messed it up. Make sure it's going this way, not this way. Aha. So be careful. Pull your little, what do we want to call these? These little angles up and adhere it that way. Otherwise, it's not going to slide anywhere. So it's a good thing I did not adhere that very well. Okay. So there it is. And the easiest way to get it going is to slide it on like this, pull this over, and then slip that on. And whoever's going to get this is easily going to figure out how to do it. I would hope so. Okay. Now let's do the inside. And again, I have a piece of the deckled rectangles to go on the inside. And I'm going to stamp with, I think I'll use a Granny Apple Green. Just mix up the colors here a little bit. It's the best day because it's your birthday. And even though the font on this looks a little bit more on the juvenile or childish side, I would say that anybody would love to get this cute little card. Okay, and I got a little mark up there, so I guess I'll have to put a gem there. And there are some little, let's cover that up. There we go. Doesn't look like I made a mistake at all. The little banner things here. They're not banners. They're, what do you call these things? I need a name. Just make sure you clean between colors. So I got some green, freesia, and I realized I had not really opened this fresh freesia pad a whole lot, so it was hard to open. Okay, so add some of that color. And a little bit of Pool Party. So these were fun to make. I've got several samples that I just love. Not all using this particular stamp set though. So this is just a happy, cheerful card. Let's put that inside. And that deckled edge really looks nice on the inside of that. And here's our little piece. And there we go. And let's see what's missing. Okay, I had the envelope here and now it went missing. There it is. So let's add some adhesive to the envelope flap. Thanks, Rose. I just think it's cute. It was a stamp set that I had, and I thought, I've got to use it. That's my goal. Use it. Trim that off. And there we go. So now let's look at the samples that I have. Okay, this was my original one. Martha! Lots of colors. Love the little card. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. How sweet. So this was the one with the white base. This was my original prototype that I used with this one. And it doesn't have a panel on the inside. But I did cut out the birthday part there. So I've got 3 of those ready to go with the birthday. Here's another one that is with the Dandy, I think it's Dandy Designs Designer Series paper that is a celebration offering. And this one slides off like this, and it doesn't have anything on the inside yet. But it does have the stamp set, don't remember the name of it, Enjoy Your Day, that I stamped right on some designer paper, all from that celebration offering. And again, the easiest way to get this back on is to just slide it on like that. Okay, this is probably my favorite. This is the different orientation. And I use the, again, I forget names of things, but this is the Valentine one that I showed a couple of weeks ago. And by the way, the Valentine, the punch with that bundle is on back order until April, sadly. But these hearts can be cut out. So just wanted to say, and instead of making it a Valentine's card, I made it a thank you card. This one was the one that I actually saw from Lisa Curcio, and hers is 4 1/4 by 11. Again, I think this was a 2 3/4 fold. Fold that in there, and also cutting off a little sliver to make it so that you can slide. Okay, here's another one that I did. Country Bouquet. Thank you, Nancy. With paper that is also celebration, birthday wishes, and I did the same thing that this one is. Same thing that this one is, but I made it so that it opens this way. And that's a birthday. You're an entire year more amazing and lovely as ever. So you just change the orientation of your slider, and that one opens this way. Sue, you are welcome. That's what I love to do. So this one is pretty, and I actually, on this one, I used a blending brush to get that color there. And this is just an edge of one of the flowered images that comes on the edge of your paper. And then this is another one, same design with the 4 1/4 by 11. You're too kind. Here's a cute little dragonfly trinket that we have in the new catalog that goes this way, and it's also a thanks. And then I use the little blending brush to go around there. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you for being here. Welcome. And be sure to, I've got this little thing I created. Where'd that go? Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so that you see what I do on Mondays at 3:30. So take care. Have a great rest of the week. Think of me on Wednesday morning as I'm getting my eye operated on, and pray for no snow. I'm more worried about the snow than I am my eye, because I think that will be pretty easy to take care of. So have a great rest of the week. See you next week. Bye-bye.